Welcome to Larchmont Mamaroneck Community News. I'm Bill Littauer.
And filling in for Norum, who's out fishing for stories, I'm Monique Citron.
Among our top stories this week, a holdup at Gunpoint at the Mamaroneck train station.
A Supreme Court judge backs the plan to light Lanza Field.
Mamaroneck to renovate the fire station. Maybe. All this and more on this week's edition of Larchmont Mamaroneck Community News.
First, mugging in Mamaroneck.
A 29-year-old woman was robbed at gunpoint yesterday afternoon at 2 p.m. on the Mamaroneck Metro North platform, the westbound station, right here where we're standing now. A man came and approached her and asked for directions. While she was talking to him, two others came and hemmed her in. Suddenly, one pulled out a .25 caliber semi-automatic handgun, took $63 out of her purse, snatched a gold chain off her neck, and left. The police are investigating now.
But I must say it's very highly unusual in a community for an armed robbery at any time in the village. And we certainly are on it, and we do have patrols in the area, and there's no reason to have any fears in the future about it.
The lighting of Lanza Field on Harbor Island may finally have the green light. A state Supreme Court judge in White Plains has ruled that the village of Mamaroneck did not act arbitrarily or abuse its discretion by approving lights for the field. The village had decided that the lights would not impact on the environment. An association of residents had filed suit to block the project on environmental grounds, but Judge John LaCava ruled against them. The lighting project is scheduled for completion this month. It's budgeted at $142,000. Jimmy Getz is commissioner of the 27-team men's league that plans to use the field. He's asking for an extension to October 31st to use the lights in order to make up a 40-game backlog. Monique talked to him about it.
The judge just ruled that the lights can be put up at Lanza Field. And the very next day, there was a letter suggesting from you and other people in the league that the season be extended. Was that a response to the judge's order?
No, we had that letter drawn up at least a week and a half before that. We were considering all kinds of options to try to help salvage our season.
What exactly is it that you're asking then?
Well, we're looking for at least a 30 or 40-day extension or whatever necessary to finish our season. We're just so far behind and the schedule is so screwed up.
The town of Mamaroneck has approved bids for two repaving projects, one for $127,000 for road resurfacing, another for $147,900 for repaving parking lot number 1 on Myrtle Boulevard. Larchmont, meanwhile, is working on a sidewalk improvement project. And the town is also starting work on renovating the old Weaver Street firehouse. Built in 1922, the firehouse cannot accommodate the new equipment the department has, and it certainly won't be able to accommodate the new equipment the fire department wants to buy. The Fire Council has hired a Manhattan architectural firm to assess the problems there and to suggest solutions. The answers should be in hand by the end of the year. Monique?
No, those aren't Ninja Turtles you see in the duck pond. The green algae is back. Less than a year after the town of Mamaroneck finished a $470,000 project to dredge and restore Larchmont Garden Lake, a growth of green algae has appeared on the surface. It's not a health threat, said Council Member Elaine Price, but it looks terrible, Price continued. A major concern is the algae will use up the pond's oxygen and suffocate the fish. We might even go out in rowboats and harvest the algae, said Price. And while your LMC-TV crew was checking out the situation, 2 surveyors told us that catch basins from the highway were spilling into the pond and contributing to the algae. They plan to divert the spills to the brook.
The David's Island project application may have been withdrawn, but the plan is only on hold, not abandoned. Catherine Clark is president of the Long Island Sound Task Force. Rita Blockton talked with her about the project.
Catherine, I understand that Xanadu pulled the project before the state had a chance to reject it, but the state was going to. Why was that?
The Department of State has a responsibility to protect the coastal resources of New York State under the Coastal Management Program, and there are a number of policies, guidelines as to what kinds of projects are consistent with the with economic development, which can help the economic base of a community, but which do not harm the long-term future of the coastal resources. And the Department of State, according to Gail Shaper, she said that it just was not even, the Xanadu project was not even close to meeting the guidelines. And I have a copy of a letter that she wrote to Gordon Marshall detailing the state's concerns, dated July 17th. Fairly lengthy letter, and she objected to quite a number of the elements of the project: the breakwater, the marina, the dredging, the bridge, the helicopter port, the height of the buildings, the privatization of the waterfront, the private beach, the project's excessive scale and intensity, and also the potential for pollution to western Long Island Sound, which, as all of us know, is teetering on the brink of collapse.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what's the status now?
Well, I understand that Xanadu will alter the project and resubmit it, and I assume that it's going to be a substantial alteration, and we'll all get another chance to look at it, and we'll take it from there.
Now for some school news stories. The Rhinebeck Board of Education has appointed a new principal for F.E. Bellows School. Constance Ivolino, assistant principal at Concord Road School in Ardsley, will be replacing Alan Sturek in the $65,000 a year job. Ivolino says her tour at Bellows last week lacked one key ingredient: the pupils. I can't wait to meet them. Also in Rhinebeck, Ellen Bergman, chairman of the Committee of Special Education, and the Mahopac school system has been appointed for the special education job, a $59,000 a year position. Bergman is a certified parent advocate with authority to represent parents before district committees that review student placement and performance in special ed classes. In a third position, taking a $20,000 a year cut in salary to $50,000, Francine Farber, the district's assistant to the superintendent for human services, has been appointed administrator for personnel, grants, and public relations. Good luck all. Child abuse isn't something anybody wants to think about, but it's a good thing the Mamaroneck School District is. And now, all Mamaroneck School District staff members will be required to take a course in detecting and reporting cases of suspected child abuse in line with New York State guidelines. The updated 2-hour program, In the Best Interest of the Child, will be required. And if teachers have reasonable suspicion, not even proof, they're to tell the principal. Parental notification is not required.
Do you feel you just can't talk to your teenage son or daughter? You're not alone, and there's a workshop that may have some important information for you. Randi Norum is the chairperson of the workshops. They start early next year. Randi, tell us about them.
Well, we're going to have a one-day conference. It's going to be held on January the 12th. At this point in time, it will be in the school district, either at the Hommocks or the middle school. And it'll be all day, starting at about 8:30 in the morning. We will be having a keynote speaker, and then we're going to divide up into about 12 different workshops. Workshops with titles such as how to negotiate with your child, dealing with peer pressure, self-esteem, parental stresses during adolescence. We will also deal with drugs and alcohol abuse. But it should be a fabulous day, and we're hoping that we will be able to get as many people as possible.
Is this for parents only?
Yes, it is. It's going to be for parents only. We're also going to provide babysitting for parents who have young children. We're going to have a lunch and coffee.
Do you know who the keynote speaker is going to be? Or?
At the moment, we don't. We have contacted several people who have been very interested, and we're going to have a meeting early in September where we will decide on who the keynote speaker is going to be, and also at the time the people that will be leading the workshops.
Well, I gather there's a lot of interest in this kind of a workshop.
It's amazing. Everyone I have spoken to has said what a fabulous idea, and I've gotten a core group of parents and teachers and administrators who are working with me, both in Mamaroneck, Larchmont, and also in Rhinebeck. So we're spreading out, and it'll be fun.
Well, it should be very interesting and important, I think. But once again, it's going to be when and where? It's
going to be Saturday, January the 12th, and at the moment it is going to be either at the Hommocks or at the high school. And it's going to be an all-day workshop from 8:30 until about 3:30 in the afternoon, and we're asking everyone to attend.
It's Christmas in July, and sleigh bells ring with LMC-TV community news reporter Eileen Deutsch.
Once again, Santa Claus has taken a vacation from the North Pole to spread Yuletide greetings here in Mamaroneck in July. Packed with gifts, Santa made his third annual appearance at Harbor Island Beach on Saturday, July 21st. Since Santa's reindeer could not tolerate temperatures over 50 degrees, Santa arrived at the beach by boat. Aided by his elves, Santa conducted a sing-along and gave presents to all the children at the beach. This Christmas in July event was sponsored by the Harbor Island Beach Lifeguards and the Village of Mamaroneck Recreation Department. As Santa sped away on a shiny yellow fire engine, he was heard singing, "In the good old summertime, in the good old summertime."
A new packaging store has held its grand opening on Mamaroneck Avenue. Eileen Deutsch was there to file this report.
This is Eileen Deutsch for LMC News. Former New York Yankee pitcher Tommy John and the ultimate fan from radio FAN helped celebrate the opening of Packaging Plus in Mamaroneck. Tommy autographed baseball cards and magazines while the ultimate fan greeted the fans waiting in line. The store is located at 216 Mamaroneck Avenue in Mamaroneck. According to the owners, Bruce Walderman, Tom Riley, and John Johnson, the store will pack, wrap, and ship anything to anywhere in the world. So stop in to say hello and meet the new owners.
Another yummy story in our program, Sonny Goldberg has that choice assignment.
Hi, Sonny Goldberg here at Piccolo e Grande for LMC News. As restaurant reporter, it is my pleasure to be at this month-old restaurant that is 4 stores down from the Larchmont movie theater at Palmer. Sonny Goldberg for LMC-TV News, sitting with Mike and Marcello at Piccolo Grande.
Piccolo and Grande.
Piccolo and Grande.
I'm the Piccolo, he's the Grande.
Aha, okay. Tell me, how'd you get here to Larchmont?
Well, we sold the other restaurant that we had, and we were looking for a new place.
And you've been here only 1 month.
Just 1 month, yes.
So it's brand new.
Yes.
And your specialties are?
Pasta, seafood, veal, and chicken.
And Marcello, you've got to tell us about this dish that's sitting in front of
One
you.
is a really Italian authentic bracciola dish with homemade gnocchi. And I prepare the gnocchi by myself, you know. We're still the hard work with a fork and a lot of time.
Handmade pasta.
Handmade pasta.
Oh.
The old way.
The old way.
All the way. Everything is made is prepared by myself and in the kitchen, you know, with the help of my partner Mike. And I hope everybody likes because I really cook Italian food.
Well, it is absolutely beautiful, and I would love to try it. I mean, it's sitting in front of me. Can I do that? You can come to my house and cook for me anytime.
Well, I wish.
Instead, I'll come eat it here. How's that? It's divine. Well, I have a lot of hard work to do here, Roger and Bill, so I'm going to say farewell. This is your restaurant reporter putting on a few pounds here at Piccolo Grande.
And that's it for another edition of Larchmont Mamaroneck Community News. If you'd like to volunteer or just see what we do, why not stop by on a Thursday evening? We're at the studios in the Palmer Avenue building of Mamaroneck High School.
If you have a story you'd like to see covered, give us a call or send us a minute of your best videotape, and we'll try to use it on the air. Until next week, I'm Monique Citron.
And I'm Bill Littauer. We'll see you again next week at the same time.